Hello there. I'm Rob Haynes. You may remember me from before the incident. Before the incident, about a year or so ago, myself and a buddy decided to go all punk rock, F you, fuck the world, and do our own comedy EP split, like you used to buy at record stores from bands that used to say things like ass fuck in the title. And what had happened was, I was very proud of the performance. I was very proud to have done it. I was very happy everybody showed up. However, I was trying to produce the record myself. And by that, I mean I was trying to engineer the record myself. And having done podcasts for a long time, I figured it was going to be easy peasy, as the kids like to say. Turns out, very difficult to engineer a record while you're actually performing on stage. So the audio quality was substandard. I was not happy with it, so I decided not to release my half. Then this shit happened. And we're all just sitting around, nothing to do, nothing to distract us, nothing to keep us from putting our hands on our dick. So I've decided to release it online for free for all of you. All that I ask is you do me two simple favors. Number one, please, I know the audio is not up to snuff. There is some crackle. There is some people that were a little too close to some of the microphones. They can hear a little chatter. I'm not happy with it. Okay, live recording, real fucking difficult. I learned that. That being said, if you do listen to it and enjoy it, I thank you. And if you could do me a huge favor and throw a little change if you got it. I know everybody's stressed out. Everybody's hurting, probably out of work right now. But if you got a couple of bucks to give to the Autistic Self-Advocacy Network, that would be awesome. The link is down below. Just go ahead and anything you can give them. It's charity that speaks to me personally. My nephew got to touch the autism. He's on the spectrum. Cute little guy, happy little guy. And the Autism Self-Advocacy Network is an autism rights group that is operated by people on the spectrum themselves. Pretty much showing that they can do whatever they want. They can do anything you can do. They're just wired different. Leave them the fuck alone. And if you can't do that, well then maybe just take a couple of minutes and think how you treat other people that are different from you. And, maybe reevaluate who you're a dick to and not. That's all I'm asking. Appreciate it. And, as always, remain indoors.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for Mr. Rob Haynes. What is going on, everybody? Thank you so much. Holy crap. You guys having a good time? Having a good New Year so far? That's awesome. Mine sounds pretty hit or miss. First and foremost, my team did not make the NFL playoffs, which is a bummer. Arby's switched over the awesome 2 for $6 beef and cheddar deal to this really gross fake Euro sandwich type of thing. And my mom died, so woo! Yeah, it's fine. It's really okay. It's just, it is what it is. Life throws you a curveball every now and again. And I'm going to tell you right now, everybody says, oh, you're never prepared for it. You never really are. Like, you think you're ready for it, but you're not. Like, those questions, like when it happens unexpectedly, come at you super fast and super furious. When you go through a tragedy like that, you really do want the complacency and the ease of use and everything that comes along with a chain restaurant. But it's a dead loved one, so, like, there's not really anything for that. Like, if Chili's could have handled my mom's funeral, that would have been great. Like, don't get me wrong. I love her to death, and I wouldn't put it, like, Burger King is not good enough, I'll give you that. But they have not steered me wrong when it comes to fajitas, so I think that's the route she would have taken. It's nice. It's just weird, like, because there are things, like, when you have to bury a loved one that you don't expect to have to deal with. Case in point, picking out a funeral home. I'm a pretty big scumbag, but I'm not such a scumbag that I've got a dead body guy, like, on the phone. Like, on the reg. So what do you have to do? I have to do, like picking out a plumber. I had to go to Yelp reviews. Like, I had to Yelp review funeral homes. And I'm telling you right now, bit of a bummer. You'd think that they would all be pretty much the same. Oh, no. There's so many of them that have, like, 1-star review. And I was terrified to read it. It's like, Not for nothing, you're a funeral home. Your primary customer doesn't have a whole lot to say about the customer service process, you know what I mean? Like, I was afraid I was going to read one of the reviews and they'd be like, oh yeah, turns out Dad was just sick. Did it anyway, 1 star. Yeah, I don't know how to deal with that. And okay, and like, when we did pick one out, there are some terms and terminology that they should really, like, I get it. This is everyday stuff for them, but it is a big to-do for me and the family. So, when we had Mom cremated, they started asking us questions like, what do you want us to do with the cremains? Which sounds like fun water cooler banter if you're in the industry. But if it's something you're hearing on impact for the first time, maybe throw a little technical jargon my way. Not too much to ask for. Cremains sounds too fun. It sounds like that stuff like that powdery stuff at the bottom of a box of Lucky Charms. Yeah. You pour it in there, it gets in the bowl, makes like a cement. That's what that is. That's what I'm okay with. And like, here's another thing that they don't tell you is when you cremate somebody and they give you the ashes in television or like even in the Big Lebowski, it's like a pretty manageable amount. It's like a good-sized coffee can. Oh, it's so much more. When you're burning like a whole body, it's like they give it to you in the nicest possible garbage bag. And it's like a step above tall kitchen, but not quite lawn and leaf. It's a fucking lot. Like, you need to bring a truck. It's a lot. And like, again, like when you see it on television and stuff, you're like, oh, we're going to put it in a jar on the mantle or maybe bury a little here in a favorite spot. But when you've got that much, by the end of the day, of day 2, you're just like giving scoops away. Hey, mailman, she always liked you. Open up. Don't let your hands. Don't let your hands. But that one. So it's been a bit of a rough start to the year, but my mom always said, like, when things get tough like that, you do kind of look at the bright side of things. That's how I like to look at it. So like, I like to, you know what? I'm going through a rough time, but also dicks don't have toenails, so that's good. Things are going okay. So I'm trying to quit drinking, and here's the thing about getting sober. What they don't fucking tell you is there's a reason the term sobering never gets used to describe something bitching. Because it fucking sucks. It's garbage. You know what? Like, if somebody says they just saw something sobering, they're usually talking about like war footage or toe squeezing videos on the internet. It's never anything cool. I know I needed to get sober. It really came close to me about a month and a half ago when I found myself hunkered over my cell phone eating a taco. And a blob of taco innards fell onto the screen. And I just reached down and licked that shit right off. Without even giving it a moment's pause. Like, that's 75 cents worth of innards right there. I'm not letting that go. It's like, I didn't even think for half a second maybe I shouldn't lick something that spends the rest of its day up against one of my holes. That's one of those days, like, maybe I don't make the best decisions. Like, people like try to treat their body like, oh, I treat my body like a temple. Only good things in, good things out. I treat my body like a battered wife. I do a lot of fucked up shit to it because I know it's going to come back at the end of the day. You're not knowing like I do. What is that, a fucking menthol Slim Jim? Fuck you. I don't know, there's just, I should probably try to get healthy and I should probably try to get sober because at the end of the day, I'm in my 30s and there's just way too many fucking garbage things that I do that aren't good for you and aren't acceptable in your 30s. Like, drinking Jägermeister before 11 a.m. Frowned on. Frowned on. Like, I mean, pretty much anything that you smell like the next day. Shouldn't do it. There's no sexy way of going into the office the next day and your boss walking by like, what's that smell? That's gross. I'm like, oh, I'm sorry, that's me. That's Scotch and White Castles. From 2 days ago. And I want to quit drinking, the biggest reason that I want to quit drinking, frankly, is because millennials, you fucking ruined it. You did. As soon as you guys like turned 21 and it started to become legal for you guys to drink, just shit went downhill. I hang out in East Nashville. There's a lot of hipsters. I know that. I'm a glutton for punishment. But I go into my favorite bar and I find not one, not two, but 3 fucking babies. 3 of them. And not like, oh, they're cowards or something like that. I mean, actual fucking infants. 3 of them, independent. Like, it wasn't like a baby gang or anything like that. It was 3 sets of shitty parents that brought their fucking child into a bar. And it fucking pisses me off because there's a lot of stuff I want to do and I don't really need, like, the direct consequences of my actions staring me down. And I have friends that have kids and they take them to happy hour and to brunch and shit like that. I'm like, oh, well, I want to socialize them. Fuck you. You want to socialize. You want to socialize the same way you used to before you went and had Chloe or Trad or whatever the hell their name is. Hire a babysitter. This isn't my responsibility. I want them to experience live music. Go fuck yourself. They will experience live music when they're 14 and they sneak into some shit that they want to see, alright? Experiencing live music is not sitting on your lap or prattling around, stealing fries off of other people's tables while you sit there and watch some fucking headband-wearing, scarf-having, singer-songwriter twat prattle on about how being a singer-songwriter's like the most noble thing ever because sometimes you have to have your dad pay your water bill. Woohoo! Here's a song about a salad. Fuck off. Nobody's having a good time. I get it. All right, if you want your kid to experience music, take it to the symphony, take it to the state fair, something like that. Don't take it to a place where people are trying to drink and have a good time and, God willing, try to fuck somebody. That's just there's time and fucking place for it, all right? I don't go get all liquored up and hit on divorcees at the Wiggles Live. I get why you should ask me to leave at that point. Like, it's not my fault that Trevor came home from whatever shitty album release party all fucked up on summer shandies or whatever, and you guys forgot that there's 1,000 kinds of birth control, and you're too much of a princess to let him finish on your face. So all of a sudden, Moon Unit shows up 9 months later. Okay. Ruining my 2-for-1. I'm the real victim here. That's what I'm saying. And here's another thing, okay? And this is where fucking hipsters and millennials have really fucking taken the ball and ran with it, and as far as ruining liquor for me, alright? You used to just be able to go to a bar, you'd sit down, you'd be handed a glass or a bottle with some booze in it. Where did we fuck that up? Like, when did we become a group of people that, like, if you order a drink now, you can't just have a drink in a normal setting. It's like, oh, it's got to be in a copper mug or a fucking tiki mad thingamabob that looks like Count Chocula or a fucking leather sack like it's the fucking Renaissance. You're ruining it. I don't want to be associated with you guys anymore. You fucked up PBR. You fucked up PBR. PBR is simple. PBR is the beer that won WW1, WW2, and God willing, WW3. What'd you do? You put fucking art on the can. You put fucking squiggly things and some Japanese lettering on the back, and now it's 55 cents more per bottle. Go fuck yourself, you ruined it. The only fucking art that should come with a can of PBR is a necklace of ears, and you have to make it yourself. All I'm saying. There used to be a time in this country where you had to have a bit of mental toughness to catch a buzz. Not so much anymore. Now it's like, ooh, my friend came to me the other day. She's like, oh, Rob, check this out. This is the greatest thing ever. I found a hard orange soda. Hard orange soda. Go fuck yourself. There's nothing hard about orange soda. If you're drinking a hard orange soda straight out of the bottle, what you're admitting to yourself is that you're too much of a pansy to go pour some vodka in some shit. Like there are 14-year-olds doing in basements right fucking now. Good friend of mine, dear friend of mine, I won't say her name because I don't want to shame her publicly, but she texted me the other day about a hard sparkling water she was enjoying. A hard water. You know, 3 years ago, hard water was fucking ice. And the way I was raised, I was always raised that if it freezes, it's because it doesn't have enough fucking booze in it. Thank you. I just think like hard orange soda or hard root beer or any of that shit. That's not fucking, if you drink that, you don't like drinking, you like being drunk. There's a difference. That's like saying I like sports, but you don't like sports. What you like is getting ribbons. Go fuck yourself. It's a hard orange soda. It's artisanal. I'm an artist. No, you're not. You're a fucking coward. Because I think with hard orange soda, that's just Four Loko that went to college. But at least with Four Loko, it had that big, giant, neon fuck you can. So you could see it coming from a mile away who was a tool bag. Like as they're walking up the driveway to the party, you're like, oh, don't fucking talk to that guy. He's probably going to try to date right now. Now we don't know. Now it's not safe out there anymore. So I'm single. In case you haven't pieced that together with all the self-hatred and, well, frankly, loathing for everybody. But yeah, I'm single. It's not going well. I was like in a relationship for a long time and I'd gotten way too used to it. And I just don't know how to act out here anymore. I really loved her. And she was disrespectful of a medical condition that I had. See, I'm what they call dead inside. She just couldn't get behind that. It's not that I don't feel things. I feel a lot of things. I feel rage. And then there's blind rage. And then there's whatever that shit is when the Red Sox win. That was my favorite. That's all I really got. And she was like, oh, well, you know, you should work on that. So I went to therapy for like a year and a half. I started taking medication. I got my shit together. And then she fucking broke up with me anyway. And I think it was a bit of a long con on her fault. I think her idea was, I could just drop him now while he's all hollow in there. Or I can make him pay thousands of dollars in medical treatments. And then he can grow feelings. And then I can stomp him to fucking death. And that'll be fun for me. I should have seen it coming. Like, we did have a weird relationship. It was not healthy by any stretch of the means. Because here's the thing. She was very attractive. And she was into heavy metal and horror movies. And she was half Asian. Yeah. That's the best fucking half. But here's the thing, like, finding all of that stuff together in the same person that is also into overweight ginger dudes with beards that are really into Slayer, finding all that in one person is like finding the Sasquatch, and the Sasquatch wants to fuck. Like, it's rare, and you should be wary of when it happens. And, like, she was, like, again, she was, like, in shape and, like, an athlete. Like, she was a marathon runner. So, like, there was no real reason for her to be into, just physically, we were not meant to be in the same fucking universe. Like, I'm just always waiting for the other shoe to drop. Like, you're a marathon runner, and I appear as the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man at the opening of shit. You know what I mean? Like, I was just waiting for something to come down the line. Like, oh, by the way, Rob, I need to tell you something. I've got a dick. And it's not mine. I just keep it in a jar, you know. Get a little fish flakes every now and again. That's all. But I did. I loved her. That was a mistake. And I didn't know we were in like a relationship for probably 6 months when it came to, like, this is what really nailed it down for me. We were in that, like, oh, I don't know, what are we doing thing. And it was when I wanted to go see a concert one night, and she wanted to take a painting class. And we took the painting class. That's when you know you're in a relationship. Like when you drive out to the other side of the county to watch somebody teach you how to paint a truck. Like, it's painting class, or she lets you fuck her in the ass twice. That's, you do one for love. That's all I'm saying. I mean, the second, if you do it the first time, it's just, that's a hot good time. No one's judging that. But the second time, she loves you. And another wrinkle in the situation was she had kids, which is not a bad thing necessarily. I think kids are great. But she had, like, adult kids. Like, her kids were, like, 14 and 16. It was awkward because, like, the 16-year-old, again, his mom is an athlete, so he's, like, an athlete. So he's, like, all buff and full of testosterone and shit. And, like, we don't get along because I'm the new guy in the house. and I'm finger blasting his mom on the reg, which is something I would say to other 16-year-olds when I was 16 to piss them the fuck off. But it's his reality. So like dinner at Cece's was mighty quiet. Like more awkward than it should be when there's unlimited cheese bread. But no, yeah, he was big and he was buff, and I'm like I would have been intimidated by him when I was 16, and I'm 34 now, and it's been nothing but downhill for the last 2 decades. Like if frankly push came to shove, don't think I could have taken it. Don't think I could have. Just that's where I'm at in my life. Things are not going well. So we broke up, and it was really, really sad, but I grew from the experience, and I am glad that I did go take the therapy and all that, because it's made me a better person. I'm more evened out. I'm less filled with hate. I still am, but just less so. But what they don't tell you is, am I in the room on anti-anxiety medication or antidepressants or anything like that? Yeah, fuck all of you. Look at me, I got all my shit together. I'm not yelling at people in a garage for a living. It's fine. It's fine. Well, here's the thing. Like, when you go on medication, and I fought it for a long time because I was worried that it was going to, like, affect how I am. And it did, but it's for the better. But there are side effects that they do not tell you about. All right, they'll tell you that, yeah, you'll get cotton mouth, and they'll tell you that, like, you know, you might get drowsy every now and again. But here's what they don't tell you. There's 2 things you can't do anymore when you're on antidepressants and you're a dude. And that's, you can't cry and you can't come, because it just doesn't fucking work anymore. Oh, you want to! You want to! You can't cry and you can't come, and there's just times in a man's life where it is socially awkward for your emotions not to be leaking out of you. I'm sorry, there are. When a kid is born, like when my friend had his baby, nothing, right? At a wedding, you want to be able to squirt a little something out. Fucking at a funeral, you just really want to come. That's all I'm saying. But you can't. It's not that I can't come anymore. I can. It just takes a little more work. Like, it's more difficult. Like, it's more of an event now, is all I'm saying. There's more to do. Like, I'm not opposed to making a 7-layer dip for the affair. You know what I'm saying. And it's I'm not gonna lie, the porn, it's getting real fucking weird, is all I'm saying. It's getting out there. It used to be just very mom and pop, meat and potatoes porn. That's all I'm looking for. Now it's like, hey, here's a midget who may or may not be pregnant already. Yes, that is what I would like. Like the other day, I considered jerking off to just the raw concept of hope or Smurfs. 2 things that have never existed. Just nothing. Just fucking wild fantasies. But like being on antidepressants and meds, it's different. It's a whole different lifestyle. I liken it to Metallica's Black Album, because here's the thing. The Black Album and being on meds, they're fine. Nobody's mad at it. It's not the greatest thing in the world, but it's not hot garbage either. And everything that came before it was way, way more bitchin' and intense. But everything that comes after it could be fucking violent and deadly. So, we're gonna go ahead and pump the brakes right here. Enter fucking Sandman. Woo! Yeah. So, we're out there. We're trying to make shit happen again. We're trying to put our penis in things. It's having mixed results. Like every hack comedian on the planet, am on Tinder again. It's not good. It's not good for me or for anyone else. Bumble is for like people that have jobs and security and, you know, insurance and shit. They are trying to find like relationships and what have you. On the other hand, Tinder was developed so that sad people can find each other and then mush genitals against each other until they're not sad anymore for a few seconds. That's what that's for. And that's kind of what I'm finding, but it's real, real sad. Like, I don't know if I should share this. I fucked a witch, alright? I'm not proud of it, but it happened. And I'm not talking like sexy fun time witch or like one of the X-Men witch. I mean like heavyset girl from Antioch. That's the kind of witch I was in. Like, flea market witch. Crystal witch, salt lake witch. And it's like, this is the saddest part. We didn't even really hook up. We didn't fucking line shit up the way God intended, or Sam Hain or whatever. We went out, we had some drinks, we went back to my trailer, because I live in a trailer. And things were progressing, things were going well. She told me that there was a situation going on downstairs. And I'm a gentleman about it. I said, fine, we can do this another time. And she was a lady about it. She's like, you know what, Rob? It's okay. We're gonna do some stuff anyway. So we're sitting outside my trailer in my car. And she offers up a handy, and I was pumped about it, to be honest with you. Because here's the thing, that's a throwback jam. I haven't been there in a fucking while. I haven't had a hand job since fucking high school, probably. The problem is, she hasn't given a hand job since high school, probably. So it was just bad. It was just all jerky and fucking, it was like she was failing miserably at playing, Street Fighter or something. Up, down, left, right, Hadouken! But there was no Hadouken! And that's when I found out that there was no polite way to turn down a sex act. There's just not. She seemed like she was having fun. I was not having a great time. So after a while, I just got tapped on. So I was like, hey, you know what? No harm, no foul. We say we go inside, have a little Gatorade, we call this a night. And she was not pleased. Not pleased at all. And that means I've done one of two things. And one of two things only. Either magic is real, and I have angered a witch. So every time an owl shows up, I'm terrified I'm going to grow a tail. Or, what in all likelihood has happened is I have angered a crazy lady, and she knows where my trailer is. And that's not cool. They've got wheels. I could move it. I won't. Now, and it's she was kind of into dirty talk and stuff like that, which is not, I'm too awkward for it. I'm not good at it. She was like, oh, tell me about your junk. I'm like, it's fine. It's okay. It's fine. No, to describe it, sexy. And I was like, well, I mean, I've got the Honda Civic of genitals. Small, efficient, good gas mileage, but nothing super duper. And I ran into this is when I knew I'm done. I'm just gonna be alone forever because the internet age and fucking I don't understand it. I went to go visit my folks last year, and I get on Tinder because let's see if I can do better somewhere else. Maybe there's a whole pack of women in Ohio that I've not lied to yet. So let's see what we can do. And I found this one gal, and it was the last day I was there. It was literally a couple hours before I was about to go, and she's like, "Hey, do you wanna do the Devil's Congress?" And I was like, "Yes, I do." And she's like, "Well, okay, I'm getting off of work now," and I was like, "That's great because I'm getting in my car right now. I'm getting ready to go home." She's like, "Okay, well, meet me at my place. We'll do some stuff, and it'll be fun. We'll exchange orgasms and be on our way." I was like, "That's fine." And she's like, "Just so you know, I'm coming straight from work. So I'm going to be in my work uniform." And I'm like, okay, that's awesome. That could be a lot of fun. I know, sexy nurse is too much to ask for, but I was putting myself in a mental place that I would get excited over, a Burger King uniform. Because again, the porn is getting weird. And I get to her place, I'm sitting in the driveway, and then she pulls up and gets out of the car, and I give you three guesses what she was wearing. There go all three of them. She wasn't wearing a fucking nurse's outfit. She wasn't wearing a schoolgirl outfit. She wasn't wearing anything fun like that. Fucking birthday clown. Oh, that's not a joke. Fucking birthday clown comes waddling out of her fucking van. Which I'm not trying to tell her how to live her life, but you could have brought that up. That's a little more than a work uniform. Scrubs are a work uniform. Overalls are a work uniform. Clown is a lifestyle. And here's the thing. Is it impolite? Am I an asshole if I ask a clown to take a shower before I fuck her? That feels impolite because I get it. Like there is an implied cleanliness thing that you don't want to like shoehorn on anybody. But also with a clown, like you're not just asking them to wash their face. You're asking them to like wash their entire self-being off. Like I can't have sex with the thing that you are. I need to have sex with something else. So if you get a chance, what I'm saying here, ladies, free lunch right over here. If you get a chance, like there's one of the like my biggest insecurities when it comes to women is kind of a dork. I watch a lot of sci-fi. All right, I listen to evil black metal. You know, I'm just saying. Woo! I was a hard sell when I was 16. I'm a harder sell when I'm 34. Yeah. But if you get a chance, ladies, do us a favor. Go ahead and bang a dork. It's fucking great. You will have a way better time than you think you do. Because number one, we appreciate the business. Right? Small Business Saturdays, all up in that ass. We do. And I'm not trying to say like anything like braggy or anything like that, but I mean, I got skills. I know how to do things. I've downloaded walkthroughs. I'm afraid of it. Nothing wrong with it. I'm not saying, like, all I will say is this. If I can figure out how to build a computer, I think I got your pussy on lock. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. I love all of you. Thanks. Have a great night.